What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Endless TBR. My name is Christian, and this is my YouTube channel where I love to talk about books. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to click on this video, where I want to share with y'all the books that I plan on reading in December of 2025. So, December is going to be a return to form for me. I'm really excited. I have a lot of awesome books set aside here. I'm very stoked for this month. In November, I kind of wanted to go a little more based off of vibes. I got this whole huge stack of books that I wanted to read over the course of the next few months and just said, I'm going to pick and choose whichever ones I feel like reading based off of just how I'm feeling during the month. This month is going to be a little different. I'm going back to setting aside a nice big stack of books, and those are the books that I'm holding myself accountable to trying to get through for this month. So I'm really excited to get into it, and let's talk about some books. So let's talk about the ones that I'm reading so far. Let's start off with those. The physical book I'm reading right now is Mentats of Dune by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. This is book 2 in the Schools of Dune trilogy, and I read Sisterhood of Dune, which was book 1 a couple months ago in like August or September. I figured it was about time to get back into the series because I own books 2 and 3, and I'm about 120 pages into it, and I'm really, really enjoying it so far. My favorite thing about this series has been the conflict between the anti-technology Butlerians and then all of the people like the Venhold and Aurelius Venport who want to keep technology and the conflict that's been going on between them. I absolutely love it. I thought it's the coolest thing that I've read so far in any of the Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson books, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. So that is Mentats of Dune. And then the audiobook that I'm listening to right now is, surprise, surprise, a Nick Spalding book. It is called You Again. And I'm really delighted with this one because the Nick Spalding books I listened to in November, I didn't care for it too much. It was logging off and totally fine. I thought they were meh. You Again, while not my favorite, is definitely a lot better, and I think it is a lot funnier. It is about this husband and wife, they're divorced. They're now with their new boyfriend and girlfriends, and they accidentally vacation to the same location. It's actually where they had taken their honeymoon when they had first gotten married. Now they're with different people and they're vacationing in the same spot, and they keep running into each other, and it's just super awkward. And I'm having a lot of fun with it and getting some good laugh out loud moments. So I'm really excited that I'm liking this Nick Spalding book a little more because, like I said, the other two that I read recently were just not my favorites. I do think after You Again, I'm going to take a little break from Nick Spalding. This is my ninth audiobook in a row listening to him. And while I do want to finish like his overall bibliography, he's very formulaic as a writer. And so I think I'm just kind of getting burnt out on his writing a little bit. So the next audiobook I want to listen to this month is called The Good Samaritan by John Mars. It's one that my fiance recommended for me. She really, really likes John Mars. I've never read anything about by him, and I don't know anything about this book, so I'm excited to listen to it because she said it's really good. So those are the audiobooks I plan on listening to this month. Let's get into some other physical books here. We have, of course, Navigators of Dune, which is book 3 in the Schools of Dune trilogy. I figured if I'm going to read Mentats of Dune this month, I might as well knock out the trilogy and finish Navigators of Dune. And then, still in the Dune universe, I really want to read Heretics of Dune, which is the 5th book by Frank Herbert. I like to take big breaks between Frank Herbert's books just because I find them a lot more challenging to read, and I really like to sit and digest them and read through them slowly. So I read God Emperor of Dune back in July, I think, and so I think it's about time to get into his next one. And I loved God Emperor of Dune, but boy, was that a wild book to read. So I'm really excited for this one. Coming up next, we have Ink Spell by Cornelia Funk or Funky. I still have not looked up how to pronounce her name properly, but I'm going to say Funky. And this is book 2 in the Ink World trilogy. I read Ink Heart in November. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I am excited to get into this one. I know I started this book as a kid, but I don't think I ever finished it. I do remember certain events that happened probably towards the beginning of the book, but I'm excited to get into this one and actually complete it. And then I will tackle Ink Death a little later, which is a book that I know for sure I have not started or read. So that is Ink Spell. After that, we have Nosferatu by Joe Hill. I'm really trying to get through all of Joe Hill's bibliography because I want to read King Sorrow, which I've heard is just incredible, and it's like his magnum opus. My fiance is reading it right now, and she's absolutely in love with it. But I told myself I want to read all his other books before I try to tackle King Sorrow, and so I'm going to read Nosferatu this month. I'm very excited for it. I'm going to try to read a Joe Hill book, like one a month for the next however many months, he's got like at least like 4 or 5 more books up on the shelf by him that I have not read, and then I'll tackle King Sorrow. So, but this month it is Nosferatu. And then, keeping it in the family, I am also reading through Stephen King's bibliography in publication order, and the next one in line is The Dead Zone right here. I know absolutely nothing about this book. I find with Stephen King, it's best to go into it completely blind, so I have not looked up anything about it. I just purchased it, and so I'm excited to get into this one. The next book I'll talk about is the one that is part of the book club that I'm in. This month it was my turn to pick a book, and I decided to pick a book called The Wide Carnivorous Sky and Other Monstrous Geographies. I have to look at my phone screen when I say that because it is quite the title. I do not own this book. I'm probably going to pick it up on Kindle, but this one is by John Langan. And I read The Fisherman by John Langan in October. I didn't love the book, but I did really like John Langan's writing style. And so I figured I wanted to give him another shot. I wanted to read something else by him. And so I picked this one because it was his highest rated book on Goodreads, but also I feel like his writing style might be better to like the short story format. So I'm really excited for this one. And I hope I like it a lot because I know a lot of people like John Langan a lot. And I hope that maybe The Fisherman was just like a one off that I just didn't care to for just too much. So that is The Wide Carnivorous Sky and Other Monstrous Geographies. And then finally, the last 3 books I will talk about, I am going to put a bookend on the one major reading goal that I set for myself this year in 2025, and that was to finish Star Wars: The High Republic, a series that I began in 2024. It is 28 books long, not including the mangas and the comics and everything like that. So right here, I have the final 3 books in the High Republic. We have A Valiant Vow by Justina Ireland, the final middle grade novel in the series. And then we have Into the Light by Claudia Gray, the final YA book in the series. And lastly, we have Trials of the Jedi by Charles Soule, the final adult novel in the series. And I am so excited to finish the series. It's been quite a ride. It's some ups and downs along the way, but overall, I've had such positive thoughts and feelings about the High Republic as a whole, and I'm really excited to just finish it out, see how these authors can tie it all together at the end. And I hope the ending is amazing because it's been 28 books, and hey, if you read 28 books and the ending isn't that great, that can be a little disappointing. So I'm really excited to see how it goes, and I'm excited to get into some other Star Wars books outside of the High Republic because I know there's a lot of them that I need to read along the way. So that is my TBR for December. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these books, or if you haven't and you're also interested in reading them, what your thoughts on them are. And I will catch you in the next video. I'll probably make a mid-month reading update to let you guys know how I am doing. My name is Christian. This is the Endless TBR, and I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace out.